Absolutely. Advice from friends, which a lot came from the drill sergeant candidate program itself. That really prepared me as far as modules, as far as building the confidence to be able to pitch PRT, just confidence in general as far as command voice and command presence. The candidate program was like, I don't think, it would have been 10 times harder to try to do this without the candidate program. I learned a lot, really helpful. I know a lot of active duty people didn't get that luxury, and they were definitely struggling. It's like the biggest difference I could see was week 1 when we did the first set of modules. Apparently they had given out the 3 modules that you needed to prior in the email to everybody in the academy, and the reservists who were in the candidate program or who had some hat press is what other people did. It's a short, like, pre-drill sergeant school program. Those who had that experience came in, knocked the modules out, did fine. We had like 20, 30 people who were struggling with it, had to redo it and whatnot because they didn't have that prior, experience and building up to it, I guess, prior. I think the day we got our hats, that was the end of week 6, beginning of week 7, I believe. The day we went over to CIF, picked up our hats, tried them on, put them on, that was the day for me. I was like, wow, this is really happening, like, this is it. I've came this far, just got to push a little left and I will be a drill sergeant. So if you're on the fence about it, this is a job, obviously I'm not in the job yet, but from my understanding and my perception of it, this is a job that you need to be fully committed to, especially if you're trying to go on longer orders as a reservist, or if you're an active duty person. It requires a lot of time, mental energy and physical energy and patience. And if you're on the fence about it, I feel like that doesn't mean you're ready yet, get more information about it, look into the school a little more, definitely talk to people who've had time on the trail, see what the expectations are, and see if you are willing to give what it takes to be a drill sergeant. And then once you have understood the job fully, then make your decision if you're really going to be here or not, because it takes a lot, a lot of dedication, a lot of patience. And if it's not something if you want to do, then I don't feel like you're going to put your all into it, and it's something that requires your all. Mental because of the length. Right now, in my head, it's physical because the last 3 weeks, have been just go, go, go. We had FTX. In 1 week, we had our PT test. The next day, we had a 12-mile ruck march, or 10-mile with a 2-mile admin march, 12-mile. And then same week, we had a 6-mile force march with stuff to carry. So by the end of that week, I was completely drained, and then we had combatives the next week. So a lot of physical stuff towards the end. But overall, as far as the course goes, definitely mental, especially for hiccups. Unfortunately, I had a hiccup. I did get a counseling for an event that was very small. It was just a miscommunication within the company, and that took a lot to stay motivated, because I have a very high GPA when it's like within the top 10 in the class. However, because of that counseling, I wasn't able to make commandants, put my ranking back a little more in the class, and knowing that that's going to have that effect, it takes a lot to dig in and stay focused on the course. I know a lot of people who got the counseling and their mindset automatically changed to, oh, I got the counseling, nothing's going to change, I'm going to do the bare minimum. And that's not the type of person I am personally, so maybe that was the differentiating factor. But that whole scenario was a big mental challenge, and just got to push through it. So, and the length of the school, especially if you're away from family and friends and you're home, mental all the way for sure.